What up, what up? ¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? Miklo 1% reportándose desde la bóveda secreta. Listen, here today because I want to share with y'all my book, The Spirit of the One Percenter. This is my second book, and to be completely honest with you, in my opinion, it is my masterpiece. It's my greatest piece of work. It is my personal opinion that this book has the potential to help MC culture in a very big way. I think that this book should be in the hands of every club out there. Today, what I want to do is read an article out of this book and just share with you guys a little bit of insight into what this book is all about. So we got the table of contents here on the first page. I got a specific article I'm thinking of. Let's see. Article number 54, page 321. The Plea of a Founder. All right. The Plea of a Founder, written on April 26, 2022. I am writing this letter on this beautiful spring morning beneath the shade of a flowering tree. My bike sits a few feet away from me, and my brother is cooking up his famous campfire biscuits and gravy. The smell of hot coffee and food has awoken the rest of the brothers and their old ladies. Smiles on their faces as they stretch and rub the sleep from their red eyes before lighting up the first smoke of the day. Today, for this band of one percenters, life is good. Our young old ladies are head-turning beautiful and show us a level of love and loyalty that John Q. Citizen can only dream of. Our choppers are works of art built by our own hands. We ride free, and we wear our colors with pride anywhere the ride takes us. Above all else, we have discovered a level of freedom and brotherhood that very few men will ever experience in their lives. We are the founding generation of our club. The trust between us is second to none. We have fought hard for the freedom and brotherhood we enjoy today. Our dedication to each other and to this club is what defines us. As I laid under the stars last night next to my bike and my amazing old lady, I began to think about how lucky we are. And I asked myself, how long can this last? How long can this club stay pure? What happens when we're not around to protect our beloved freedom and brotherhood? I see some clubs already heading down the wrong path. Snitching, recruiting punks, using the club to their own end, victimizing the innocent, putting money, pride, and other bullshit above their brotherhood, turning into the very thing that we as a culture have fought so hard against from day one, turning into everything we hate. And the thought of this club ever going in that direction is something that breaks my heart just to think about and has plagued my mind the entire night. So here I sit below this dogwood, writing a letter to the future membership of this club. My brothers, whether I am alive or riding with our fallen brothers in the Forever chapter when you read this, please read and hear my words and understand that I only want for you the same timeless perfection of true freedom and true brotherhood that we enjoy so much in this club during the time period that this letter was written. As a club, you've likely grown in size since the time I was around, and that's fine. But do not ever for any reason compromise true one percenter lifetime brothers just to build the club's numbers. Do not ever make that mistake. 5 true one percenter lifers are worth more than 50 patch racks. Money? The issue of money will inevitably enter the picture at some point. When it comes to money, what I can tell you is this. The day that money becomes more important than freedom and brotherhood is the day you might as well take off that patch and go become politicians. The purpose of money within the club is to enable the club to operate, have a good time as a family, and to help the community. The most valuable thing in the club isn't money or material things. It isn't even the bikes. The most valuable thing in the club you have is one another. Never forget that. Never let anything come between you as brothers. Never let cliques form within the club. Never allow anyone in the club to start painting targets on one another's backs over greed and lust for power. Never let a single member's personal agenda change the club for the worse. Which brings me to my next point. Watch who you bring into this club. Every single member must be a true 1%er. Every single member must be a lifer and a true believer in the cause of the club. It can be so tempting to cut corners and allow people into the club, even though you've seen the red flags. But you must keep the club righteous by never letting that happen. Never bring in too many people too fast, and never bring in anyone without proper vetting. Never try to force it. If someone's not a 1%er, then they're not a 1%er. You'll thank me. No matter how big the club gets, never forget how hard we had to fight external forces that tried relentlessly to control us against our will, telling us what we could and couldn't wear, where we could and couldn't ride, what we could and couldn't call ourselves. We built this club in stark rebellion of those external forces attempting to dictate our lives. As the founder of this club, it would break my heart to ever know that men wearing our beloved patch had turned around and become the very thing we hate most. Those same destroyers of freedom that we fought so hard against during our era to be able to wear this patch that you wear today. You must never allow that to happen. People will come along with the opinion that there has to be a system of order between clubs that keeps everything from plunging into chaos. They are correct, but it isn't the quote-unquote system that they are thinking. It isn't a list of set specific rules. It's a universal code of honor, respect, and etiquette between clubs, and it boils down to just a few simple constants. Give what you get. Take none, give none. Don't step on our toes, we won't step on yours. Respect our freedom, and we'll respect yours. Respect us as men, and we'll give you the same in return. These are universal constants that should be easily embraced by any true 1%er. Anyone that feels that a more complicated system of dealing with other clubs is needed either isn't educated on the subject or isn't a true 1%er. No club should fall under the control of another club unless they sign up for it, such as a support club. The only thing that should be controlling any true 1% club are its bylaws that were decided on by vote and the vote itself. One man, one vote. And the bylaws should never become any kind of thick binder full of specific rules either. A righteous club should be able to operate under a few simple rules, many which are covered in this simple oath that has been around since very early on in the existence of this culture. An oath that I suggest you memorize. A 1%er is 1 out of 100 who has given up on society, politicians, and their one-way laws. That's why we look repulsive to you. We don't want to look like you or act like you, so stay out of our face. Take a look at your brother and ask yourself, would you give him half of what's in your pocket and half of what you have to eat? If a citizen jumps on your brother, you are on that citizen. Not ever ask him why. There is no why. Your brother may not always be right, but he will always be your brother. You will not ever steal your brother's money, possessions, dignity, or woman. We are 1%ers, and this is the 1%er way. If you do not think this way, then step away, because you are not one of us. As long as that oath remains alive and is followed to the letter, then the true one percenter culture will always have a shot at survival. Keeping this club pure and true is a great responsibility that will be handed down generation to generation. People will come along and threaten that objective, if and when that happens. If ever there comes a day that scoundrels take over the club with underhanded tactics and start taking the club in the wrong direction and using it for personal gain, then it will be up to you, my true brothers, to do whatever is necessary to keep the club righteous. Myself and all the other founders are counting on you, the true one percenters that look to us. The true one percenters that look to the words we've spoken, the lives we've lived, as guidance, as an example to follow. Those of you that inspire true loyalty in your brothers by selflessly devoting yourselves to this club, by committing selfless acts to help your brothers without ever asking for anything in return. Those of you that recognize the words in this letter as the truth you've been seeking for a long time. Those of you that joined this club for the right reasons. Those of you that give what you get. We are counting on you to fight for what we built in this club. We're counting on you to make the hard calls that will be necessary to keep our vision and legacy alive forever. We're entrusting you with this most sacred responsibility. Please don't let us down. Please don't allow this club that so many of us have sacrificed everything for to become contaminated by snakes in the grass. Keep our club pure, brothers. Teach and mentor the next generation. Hand down our teachings and show the next generation how to do the same. We're not criminals. We're not bullies. We're not police of MC culture. We're not overcompensating punks that push others down in order to lift ourselves up. We're true brothers. We're the advocates and the defenders of true freedom. We're the guardians and caretakers of our community. We're devoted husbands, fathers, brothers, and sons. We're hardworking, honest, good-hearted men, misunderstood because of the way we look, how loud our bikes are, and how much fun we have. Persecuted for our love of freedom, our defense of one another, and the fear we inspire. We're not the Boy Scouts. We're not choir boys. We live by a code of honor, freedom, brotherhood, and respect. And for us, it's the only way to live. This is your club's founder, and my greatest hope is that the club that myself and our brothers have built will stay forever true, pure, and free. When in doubt, think of me. Think of the brothers that gave the ultimate sacrifice in the name of the patch on your back. And think about everything I am talking about in this letter. Do that, and the answers will come. Thank you, brothers. All my love, honor, and respect. Your founder. So that is one of 57 articles written just like that. There's an article for just about any situation you can think of that you might find yourself in a 1% motorcycle club or in a motorcycle club in general. And like I said, man, I think this book has the potential to really help this culture. And I feel it should be in as many hands as possible, as many clubhouses as possible, especially the hands of prospects and club members alike, truth be told. So thank you for hearing my article, and feel free to check out my book. You can contact me directly and buy a signed copy from me, or you can go on to Amazon.com and look for The Spirit of the One Percenter by Aaron Miklo Swoboda. Here's the cover. Thank you for listening and have a great day.